gonna say I
What's up, guys? Britt Fitz here, back today with another video, and like always, I hope all of you are having an amazing day and an amazing week. In today's video, it's gonna be a little bit different because by being able to express all this content on YouTube about developing a growth mindset and being on that journey day to day, I just have a feeling that it would definitely help out if you guys really understood my background and my life experiences and what I went through to be able to become who I actually am today and why I do the things that I do every single day. So that's gonna be about what today's video has in store for us. Before we get into the video, I wanted to also express my gratitude and my appreciation for all of the support on my past few videos and the lovely messages that every single one of y'all are sending me. Honestly, that stuff is the stuff that keeps me going. So make sure you keep doing that because I truly do appreciate it, and it makes me want to do more and more of these videos every single day. And if you do genuinely enjoy these videos, make sure you go down there and hit that like and that subscribe button and that bell notification so you don't miss any more content. Anyways, guys, let's start truly opening my book to who I actually am so you guys can understand my background and where I come from. So let's get on to the video. I don't want people to just be looking at my content and being like, who is this guy? Like, this guy is crazy. You know, no success. And I want people to understand who I am and what I do for a living. Why do I do this? Going into my life story a little bit. As I was growing up, I grew up mostly in northern Idaho in a small town, Sandpoint, Idaho. Small little town. For the majority of my childhood. And basically in my high school years, basically my teenage years, I lived in Longview, Washington, which is right on the border of the Washington-Oregon border, southern Washington. So that's where I grew up for most of my life. I can't really complain about my life growing up. I honestly had a really good family. Most people that I meet, most of their family is divorced. Their parents are divorced or something is happening with their family. But to be honest, like, my parents are still together to this day, and my family is together. I have one brother, I have one sister. We all stay in contact for the most part. In no means whatsoever is my family perfect, but I really can't complain about it compared to a lot of people in their lives. So living like this comfortable life for the most part while growing up made me realize to the point to where, like, whenever something in my life would be hard or something would just drag me down, I would not know how to handle it, and I was so weak-minded. When things would get hard, I would be a little baby and I would cry. I would straight cry while growing up for the most part. I was a huge crier. But looking back at all this really made me realize like how weak-minded I actually was as a person. A few really key experiences in my life that made me really realize about like my weak-minded self as a person was there was an intimate relationship that I was in, and it really made me realize the big things was that I was a people pleaser, that I needed to be a lot more straightforward, not think about what other people think about me. Why I learned this was because in the relationship, I did not do everything for my best intentions. I was basically a people pleaser. And when I was in the relationship with this girl, later down the relationship, probably 4 months, we dated her for 6 months in total. 4 months down in the relationship, I really realized I didn't want to evolve myself around her as much on the weekends, and she would constantly want to be around me on the weekends. But the thing was that I was not straightforward. I did not tell her that. I just went along with it. I just went with the flow. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Let's go hang out over the weekend and all that type of stuff, even though it wasn't in my best intentions or what I wanted to do as a person. And the reason why I wasn't straightforward was because I didn't want to hurt her. I was scared. I was scared and had anxiety about hurting her and have her cry, because in the relationship, she cried a lot. But in reality, being straightforward would have made me and her both realize what my intentions were, how I was feeling, and how to be a little bit more vulnerable within the relationship. This life experience, like after the relationship, it made me realize about my real passion of what I like to do, about the psychology, the mindset, and just self-growth in general. And it made me just have my eyes wide open to that. And even before then, that was my senior year in high school when I was in that relationship. Before then, I've expressed it a few times over the channel, but I had a porn addiction. I would do it multiple times a week, and I am not proud to say that, but I don't do it now, which that's the important thing. Well, when I was doing this constantly, it made me really become even more of a weaker minded person than I already was. And what it did, it screwed my psychology, screwed up my head to the point to where I would go around any girl and I would get red, I would get anxious, and I would get nervous at that moment. Since I was filling myself with that content in my head, I was basically saying stuff in my head like, oh my God, it's a girl. She's trying to flirt with me. Let's try to get with her. Let's get in a relationship. Let's try to bring her to the bed. No. But that stuff was going all in my head. It was screwing me up, and I would think about it way too much, and it started to create a little bit of anxiety inside of me. And with this result, it really made me to have a lot of failures with girls in my high school years. I constantly, I'm going to say it, constantly, S-I-M-P, simped like a mother. And that truly did cause me to have these failures. But these failures were a good thing in my life because it made me learn. It made me learn what I needed to change. Later down the road, I didn't learn, and I'm still learning today, of what I needed to change and what I do need to change. But not only in the fact that it was only because, oh, I only failed with girls from this porn addiction. No, this porn addiction actually played a role in so many different parts of my life. Like my social life, for an example, was a big thing that this porn addiction impacted. And it was absolutely insane how much this affected my life, and how much of a bad habit this was that I was doing constantly. And I didn't realize that this was a bad thing for me until a year ago, when I finally started taking action to actually trying to overcome this. I'm starting to feel like I have a stranglehold of my life now, and it feels amazing. I'm so much more happier than what I was a few years ago when I was actually doing all of that. The final experience that I went through was through another intimate relationship after the one previously I did state. Was at the end of that relationship when we broke up. It was kind of a silly thing of why we broke up. It was about a simple package that I didn't get in the mail, and then it got all lost in the mailing process. It was a stupid, silly little thing to break up for. But I got so angry and so mad to the point to where, like, I reached a boiling point for myself, and I did not have control of any of my emotions whatsoever. By not being able to have the control of my emotions, it truly caused me to do a lot of things that made me regret my decisions. It made me really learn something. That one thing that I learned was that life will literally throw anything at you to try to bring you down. But every single one of those things that is getting thrown at you from life are things that can teach you. That can teach you to be able to get on the journey that you want to be on. It's like little building blocks into your future. I want to say a quote from Les Brown. Les Brown, amazing motivational speaker. But he said, every setback is a setup to a comeback. And that is truly what life is all about. There will be ups and there will be downs no matter what point of your life that you are at. There will be ups and downs. But I like to look at it like the stock market. You have ups and downs going in the stock market constantly. There will be times when it goes up. There will be times when the stock goes down. Those are your ups and downs in life. It is proven every single year in the stock market due to inflation that the stock market raises 5 to 10% every single year. And that's why I like to look at is that you are raising 5 to 10% every single year, and every single year you are getting better and you are gaining control of your life even more and more. But there is no end goal. There is no end goal on how high of a stock or how high of a goal that you have in life. And regardless, by going up 5 to 10% every single year, you're always having those ups and downs, no matter what you are, what you do. That's just life. And every single one of us need to be able to have a stranglehold at life, or else life will control every single thing that we do. And that is the big message that I am trying to spread to everybody in this whole entire world. Because I believe in this one thing, your psychology, your mindset on every single thing on life, and being on this journey to make yourself better, this is the biggest thing that will absolutely change your life for forever. Anyways, guys, yeah, basically the most important thing that I wanted you guys to get out of this video was that I was not always the person who I am today. I obviously, from before, like, I am nowhere near from who I was from even just a year ago. From a year ago, I was a completely different person, and you would say, what? That's him? And it's truly from me being able to be on this journey every single day and living by the mindset of getting 1% better every single day. Because by living that mindset, it truly defines what the meaning of life actually is. Anyways, guys, before I wrap up today's video, I want to give you guys a little update. For the next 3 weeks, unfortunately, I will not be able to post any content. I know, sad to say. That is because I'm not going to have any internet for the next 3 weeks. I'm going on training. I'm going on a boat where there will be no service, no Wi-Fi, none of that. Yeah, I'm gonna be having a fun time there. But I just wanted to give you guys that quick little update. But you already know, once I come back, I'm gonna be killing that content for every single one of y'all, all right? So don't you think that I quit, because I didn't, all right? It's just a small little stopping point. Anyways, guys, that will be the end of today's video. I hope you guys can understand who I am and who my past self was, but I do not reflect on the past. I move forward, and that's what every single one of us should be doing every single day. But if you have stayed around until now, I love you, and make sure if you enjoyed the video, you go down there and hit that like and that subscribe button and that bell notification so you don't miss any more content. Anyways, guys, always live your life to the fullest. So Bridge Fits out.